Hey LinkedIn, how you going? Good morning, it's Saturday and I'm basically just all revved up. Had to come to work to create some videos and to do more social media. Because yesterday was a fantastic meeting. I had a meeting with a UX professional that explained how they go into really detailed customer journey, how they set up different campaigns, and I believe that this particular company will be able to provide some benefit to my current clientele, which is amazing. Second meeting was with Todd, who I've known back from my Bing Lee days. We've touched base after 7 years. Absolutely great meeting. We talked about voice. She's a huge, well-rounded digital marketer. And by going off into the States and seeing the advancement of voice, he was able to come back and share insights in terms of where we believe Amazon will go and how important it is for e-commerce sites to really understand exactly what Amazon is going to be doing. Hugely important, awesome conversation. And then thirdly, with Sarah, who we went pretty deep psychologically, philosophically, and understanding a lot about self-awareness and, you know, understanding that we love SEO, we love talking about it, but we also love other things and we don't know exactly, do we mix different things up? For me, it's all about where I can add most value. My number one passion above everything in terms of like it's even personally and professionally intertwined, but I have to provide it in different ways. For example, my number one passion in who I am as an individual is connecting and engaging. It's this, right? It's being able to express and to provide value. Now, because I love this, in the personal world, I have to be able to improve people's lives so they can listen to me, because why would they want to come and have a meeting with me? Like, I understand time is a very, very highly important commodity. So in my personal life, I love engaging and connecting, number one, and in business as well. But how I deliver value depends upon the context and depends upon why am I sitting down with that particular individual. So personally, I love to improve people's lives around me. I try to anything like people that are like, I got a Facebook live show, and that's actually really targeted basically in the meantime, more at my friends, family, friends of friends, cousins and all the rest of it, right? So I try to help people be able to overcome their fears because from sitting at the top is my love for communicating and connecting with people. That's my love. But you can't just go, I love communicating and connecting with you, so let's just sit down and have a coffee and sing Kumbaya. You can't do that, right? So secondarily to that, I want to be able to provide value, which I love, and it's the same thing. It's really easy to understand when I give you the business example, but in a personal example, it's really understanding the fact that I absolutely love providing value in either circumstance. And so, you know, some of the feedback Sarah gave is like, how did you overcome the ability to let go of what others think about you? Well, here's why. If I care too much about what you think of me over than what I think, then I get all muddled up, I get all fearful, I don't create anything. If I'm only self-absorbed and I only think about myself, then I don't really think about the other person. So it's self-awareness. Ultimately, I love connecting and engaging and partnering, which is why I started the LinkedIn initiative. But you have to understand that if I come to a meeting one-on-one, I'm always thinking about the other person. So they take something away from it. Now, the self-awareness to overcome the what others think about me is because I realize that I love the connecting and engagement so much that I don't let it bother me if someone doesn't like listen to me. If you don't like listen to me, change the channel. Like it's really not that. It's overthought too much. I know who I am. I know what I love doing, and so therefore, I found out that I'm quite okay with the fact that I can't absolutely help everybody. And from a business point of view, I am more than able to admit that Amiga Digital cannot help everybody. So people get fearful because they feel like they're going to get judged because they can't help, or they suck at saying something, or they can't express themselves clearly. I have this face and I have this voice, both things that I don't really like personally, but it is the way it is, right? So overcoming that is all self-awareness. And because I love connecting and engaging with people, that's what I love doing. And then I basically just think about how much value I can bring personally and professionally, and then hopefully I'll let it take over from there. So by being able to produce videos, people have actually even said to me how much that actually inspires them. So with the meetings, mainly Sarah in this sort of context and this understanding was how like it's amazing that you've just totally let go of the fact that you don't care if anyone judges you. Absolutely not. Are people going to laugh at me? Absolutely. And I'm absolutely cool with that. It's got no bearing on me anymore. And that is self-awareness. So what I started the LinkedIn initiative was when I really discovered how much of that inside me, how much passion I have for connecting and engaging. I knew I had it, which is why I started the initiative. But when I started to really understand, whoa, like seriously, this is who I am. This is how I'm wired. This is like my DNA. This is what I love doing. And so therefore I really learned, wow, crap, like this is understanding me to the very core of who I am as a person. I mean, that's how deep we got, right? And I think Sarah appreciated it. So what I love doing personally is helping people feel and experience that release of freedom. One, they don't care what people think about them, and two, expressing who they are in their best way. So this is how I do it, right? And I've figured out this is what I love doing. So I'm creating all these videos. I don't care what people think about me. I care about that relationship that I have now with Chris, and that new relationship that I have with Louise, and that relationship that I have with Sarah, and that relationship that I now have again with Todd. That's what's important to me. If 10 other people laugh at me, cool, man, no problem at all. Like, I'm totally fine with that because I'm actually in my element. I figured out in the foundation of my core exactly what I'm about. So personally, I'm building all these amazing connections and relationships. And you know, it's got side effects that's going to improve like business relationships and all the rest of it. But that's not why I'm doing it. But from a business point of view, when I'm sitting down with clients and I'm actually demonstrating to them exactly what I can bring and what Omega Digital can bring, we just have to work out, because we love this, and I would rather, this is the thing, I would rather say to a client, sorry, we can't help, but hopefully you will stay in my Facebook business community where we can continue the dialogue for many months to come, and quickly work out that I can't help you and that Omega Digital can't help you, and that's absolutely okay. But why don't you join the community and let's stay in touch, because remember, this is the most important for me, right? So I don't want to take on a client that I don't think they match our client acquisition model that other SEOs and other agencies find very interesting, that I've actually clearly articulated exactly the sort of personality that Omega Digital can help. And that's what's really like gone off the charts. People think, wow, you've actually clearly articulated who you can and who you can't help. Yes, self-awareness, because Omega Digital is going to be a complete total manifestation of who I am, and everything that we do is going to be built around the fact that this is the sort of clients that we can help and here's who we can't. And I did a long-term video on it. And so overcoming all of my personal obstacles like anxiety and fear that people were going to judge me and tell me that I stink and fat and ugly, that's all good, man. It used to bother me. It doesn't now. So with the business component, we want to work out quickly who we can and identify. From a business point of view, it makes sense to clearly articulate and understand and identify and target exactly who you can help and who you can't. And so for businesses, I love providing value. So for that, in the business world, makes total sense, which I went back about 4 or 5 minutes ago. That totally makes sense, right? Because I can actually provide tangible, we can measure it, we can track it, value. You bring more people to a website. Just released a case study. We're going gangbusters over 5 years. There's massive amounts of growth. We can see it, and that makes me very, very happy. But it's in a business world, it's actually a lot easier to track and measure value than when I'm talking about all this stuff I'm doing personally. So personally, it's business-wise, I want to leave a legacy. I want I want, if I die tomorrow, that Todd, Louise, Sarah, Chris, they're going to come to my funeral and that they wouldn't have come before. Like stuff like that. Like I love that new relationship and providing that connection and growth with that person. And look, why is that important to me? Like if you want to get like those big fancy words, like, you know, the why of it all, it's like that's when we go outside the scope of this video. But ultimately, it's self-awareness of who I am. And that's where, when I'm doing those meetings, here's what I said to Sarah, and this is true, and I'll say to everybody, building new connections with people is me driving my Audi R8. Like, the value that I know I'm going to bring in the business world and personally is not arrogance, it's self-awareness. It's because I love to get to know you. I'm obsessed, therefore, to provide you with value and for you to go, you know, I really like hanging out with Andrew. Andrew boosts my business. All that stuff is because I love adding value in my core, not because it makes me arrogant and high-minded, what I did before, but the self-awareness was, this is what I love. This is who I am. This is how I want to express. Because if we're not expressing, we get depressed, we get angry, we get upset, we don't know, you know, we're expressive beings. That's what makes us human. And so for me to express myself really, really, really well, it's ultimately providing value and connecting. So, you know, understanding who we can help is absolutely critical in working out that this is the people that we can help and this is the people that we can't. And I had some really amazing thought up in my head, but I have no short-term thinking capability. And I wish it came to me because I can't remember what that was. But oh yeah, about the RDRA, like connecting and engaging with people is where I get my true sense of, like, for me, that's success. That's wealth for me, is building those connections. I don't even know how to, like, I would rather spend 80 grand on taking a year off just to meet people than to buy an expensive car. Now that's me. I'm not judging those who buy the Audi R8, but I'm just saying whatever, it's cost more than 80 grand. But the point is that I figured out that how I develop my enrichments in life, how I'm totally happy and buzzing with the excitement that I got to come into work on a Saturday morning to just do this video, primarily, not only, but primarily, is because connecting and engaging in my heart and in my soul makes me feel I'm very rich and successful. And so that's why I don't mind if clients tell us we're too expensive. That's totally fine. And again, not to sound arrogant, but it's the same reason that Maserati doesn't get upset when you go and buy a Toyota Yaris. It's understanding context of things. If someone wants a different option, totally fine with us. Like, we just wish them the best. Now, join the business community. Let's keep the conversation going. And I wish you nothing but success. I really do, because I don't care about the money. Like people, like the reason that I work so hard is so I work for my family, I work for my clients, and I work for my contractors, and eventually I work for my employees. I work for everybody else, right? But like if someone doesn't work with us, like, does that bother me? No, it doesn't, because money has no bearing on me. My true wealth is the self-awareness that I understand that I love building connections and relationships. Guys, it's 14 minutes, and I thought I'll leave that with you. I could talk about this all day, but you know, I don't want LinkedIn to take up like too much of your time. So it's a business network. Everyone's really busy. So guys, if this video has inspired you, if this video has kicked you on, and I said LinkedIn, I'm gonna put it on YouTube, comment, keep the connection, like tell me, right? I like to know if this made a difference. And if you've got any questions about my discovery, blah, 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 it gives me ideas to create other videos. So you're actually helping me a lot. But do whatever you like. DM me if you want to keep it private too, that's fine. And I really thank you for listening. You got the 15 minutes almost, and I really appreciate it. Guys, have a great day and take care of yourselves, and you mean a lot to me. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.